What's up, Rattlers? Hopefully you staying warm. It's kind of cold out there. So, you know, change the foot. Not always a bad thing. Not always a good thing. But at the same time, it's kind of a FAMU thing, isn't it? Like, get used to things being the same, and then they change. We'll go see what it is. But y'all already know what it always is. Thanks up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings and salutations. And as y'all can see, change the foot. Put this Rattler in a little bit of snow because it's snowing in Tallahassee. It is cold up there. Yeah, man. I've seen the pictures. I've enjoyed them. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, just me personally, nice to see all the family and friends enjoying the snow. And it's like snow. Ain't even that like fake snow that we used to get. Like, it's actually real stuff. So, what's up, Marvin? What's up, little baby? What's up, Gail? Look, man. Keeping an eye on these Lady Rattlers. I got it on computer too. I had it on computer number one here. I must have closed it, but they were hanging tight. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, that Jackson State game, when they switched up the coach, I had some questions about that. So, but now, kind of looking at it and seeing it, look, hey, little baby, thank you, because we have lost the lead, got it back, and we back on it. So I'm with the stuff today. Like, I'm with y'all, and trying to pull it up over here so I can kind of keep an eye on it. It is on the their network. So excuse me, brother. Try to get the right charge cord. Thought I had computer 2 charged in. Not that it's gonna go dead, but it just shows up a little bit brighter. Oh, we got a lead. Yeah, we got a lead. So it just shows up a little bit brighter when I get to watch it. So and plug it in. That's what I really want to say, not watch it. So put it on the game cast for that game because I don't care about the other games. So if you are keeping track, it is 33-31. The Lady Rattlers are winning. That's huge. I'm sorry. I've witnessed FAMU Jackson State in person. I've seen us get beat. Like, and it wasn't close. But today, is it a new day? At halftime, 33-31. Coach, big pressure. Look, I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there. Look, if you are so inclined, feel free to join the Rattler Boosters. I will tell you, oh man, look, some of this is happenstance, some of it's not. I finally paid my stuff, got my booster card, and got my booster tag. So, I will say, if you got a booster tag, it's one of the few things that have the SWAC championship from 2023 on there. And it does say HBCU national champions from that year. So it is dated, but I got mine. And so I got a little something, little keepsake to celebrate the championship, even though we didn't get enough to celebrate that championship. I will give credit to the boosters. They did a solid job. Like I said, it was nice up here. This is going to end up going over here with the collection. But I am not just telling you or encourage you to join the Rattler Boosters. I am also a Rattler Booster, and my NAA dues are paid too. So I don't want to hit. I am financial on all levels. So I am financial on both levels. We don't have 3. At FAMU, we have 2 levels. So I'm financial on both levels. I don't want to hit. And I'm active. So again, say something about somebody else. But Keith is on that narcotic. I am on that FAMU stuff heavy. So, but yeah, feel free, come join. We need your ideas. Also, if you follow Tallahassee Democrats, Gerald, come check out Gerald as he joins St. Clair and I on round 1 on Hallelujah 95. We are going to pretty much spend the whole show talking about FAMU. We talk about the men's basketball, talk about the women's basketball program, whole time. So good time tomorrow, 6 p.m. on Hallelujah 95. Go check us out. Gracious to the sponsor, Tallahassee State College, formerly known as TCC. So my mama called it TCC. I graduated from TCC. It's still, yeah, you catch me at the wrong time. It's TCC. But on the show, I make sure I get it right. Tallahassee State College. Hey, just saying. Now, a couple things. We're going to talk about some of the changes, but some of the things constant. FAMU softball got a solid program. Schedule's partially out. I think the whole softball schedule's out. So, but they had a camp the other day with a whole lot of high school recruits. I'm liking that. Just me personally. I'm feeling it. I'm excited about it. That's cool. Now, baseball, I ain't seen all the games. I know one game I'm not going to is the UF game. And it's not because I just don't like the Gators. I'm not a Gator fan. But I do have something going on that night. But the UCF game, they are coming back here to UCF on a Tuesday night. Just saw that drop today. I like that. And Kylan, I'm with you. Like, I really think the HBCUs are not maximizing this as well as they could. That could just be my bias. Hollow, you ain't miss anything. What's up, Hollow? Like, I just think we missing out a little bit. Don't forget, track has something coming up too. But right now, kind of schmoozing over the girls having a 2-point lead at Jackson State. And one of the things, just to let y'all in behind the curtain there, if you want to, be so inclined to check St. Clair and I out, hey man, we definitely had that conversation about this women's basketball program is actually pretty solid. Like, especially once they got, coach, like to say Big 6'6" in there and some of the other girls, the basketball game looks better. Like, I was at the UCF game. You could tell we were at a size disadvantage. You watch the games on Rattlers Plus, it looks a lot better. So I'm here for it. Now the guys got Alcorn Saturday, 3:00 Eastern Standard Time. Look, say it for the people in the back, Kyle. Like, the people are coming back. Both rosters, if you look, like, the men's basketball is going to lose some size. But I'm just saying, right now, that's a good opportunity right there for the men's basketball team to get a little something going as well. Like, they're both at a place where they should make the SWAC tournament, which, okay, that doesn't land the same because there are 10 teams making the tournament. But it sounds a whole lot better than what it was before. Like, before we were like, you might make the tournament, you might not. And even if you do, you're going to lose. Man, with these ladies right now, what we're looking at, shoot. And I told y'all, I was a little high. I was high on the women's program. Compared to the dudes, I wasn't there yet. But the ladies, yeah, FAMU women's basketball, I've been high on that program for a little minute, especially when Coach Pressure got there. Coach Pillow, and she's just good people. I ain't gonna lie. Like, she's just good people. But as far as like Coach kind of showing she's got it, and if you're watching basketball games pick back up, so looks like may have lost the lead. I don't know. Seeing 36-33 now. But just saying, if you are keeping track, it's actually a decent game. So in the past, FAMU Jackson State's been trash. Not been a game you want to watch. But today, it's pretty solid. So I'll go for that, man. You know, the season tickets are still on sale. If you're feeling so inclined, feeling froggy, don't know if it'll count towards your taxes or not, but it kind of is what it is. Now, the big thing about change, you know, you kind of, if you caught ONG Strike Zone yesterday, you definitely caught Josh Padilla, our sports information director, former, now announced that he was going to Kent State. You've seen a couple departures. You know, you even saw Josh throw some jokes out there. It's like, you going to FIU with everybody else? And he's like, no. I think we can safely say that FAMU's at a place where in the last about a year, this is almost a new program. And as scary as change can be, I think it can be a good thing. But I think the concern for a lot of us is continuity. Like, it seems like you losing a lot. Chris Sweater. Hey, what's up, Terry T? But you're starting to see, like, you lose a person like Josh, which I tell people real quick, I don't think I'd want that job. Like, it is not because, and it's kind of like, it's a sexy job, I ain't gonna lie. But it's a lot of work, especially for one person. Like, it was Josh. He had some great students that helped out. But man, that dude would be wearing like 4 different hats during the game sometimes. Like, and I know in the press box, I've looked over at him like, bro, I'm doing stats. I don't know how you're literally telling the kids what to do, telling people with media credentials where to go, checking who's supposed to be where, then coming over here and sometimes helping out with stats to make sure we're good. Like, I've done stats with Josh before. He's solid too. Like, he can almost do it by himself. Like, that dude is a monster. And FAMU's losing a good one. I feel like this is just me. I know my first call. My first call is Louisiana. Like, I'm just going to say it out there out loud. Like, I'm calling Curtis. Come home. Like, I don't know what Gramblin's offered him, but it's probably not enough. I'll say that. Like, I'm going to make it worth the while. I'm going to leave that there. Like, when you start looking at some of these departures, that SID is 1-2 for places and people that I got to look at to replace, because how much that person does, but then also you got a ram that's kind of in the bush, you know, and if you're paying attention, Jackson's pulling away 42-33. So we ain't scored in a little minute. FAMU called timeout. But yeah, like, that's why I looked at a little bit. I'm like, whoa, what the heck? And how quickly can we get all this transition aligned to one vision? It's a great question, JT. And I think that's honestly some of my concern, just as a fan. Like, that's taking off the how am I gonna get to this game and all that kind of stuff. But it's the fan side of it, because again, active NAA member, active booster member, all these things, and you're like, all right, we do a lot kind of intermingle some of these groups, and a lot of times, even in working with some of these groups and supporting them, you're dealing with Josh. Like, yo, bro, the boosters are trying to do this. You know, we're trying to do this for the NAA. You know, I need to be here. I need to be there. Can you help me out? And never has Josh turned me away. Like, he might have been like, hey, we got a lot of people for this one. And it wasn't turned away. It was more of like, and I was like, I got it. It's cool. But I ain't gonna lie, first game, I was stuck in the press box, and I was like, bro, I hate the press box. And he took care of me. Like, he really did. Like, and I was able to get content to share with the boosters, NAA, and do my own thing. So, but I definitely think call number one is the Grambling, Louisiana. You definitely pull a Bear Bryant on this. Like, I don't know if others are familiar with the quote, but they asked Bear Bryant, I think it was why he left Texas A&M for Alabama, and he was like, "When Mama calls, you come home. It's time for Mama to call. Like, if you have qualified Rattlers to fill in some of these positions, and you need some of them filled in sooner than later, you make the call, and you lean a little bit on that orange and green shield, and say, hey, especially out of state, I can offer you what you're making plus, no state income tax, close to your family, cost of living ain't terrible. Like, you got to kind of make this happen." Like, look, my guess is they go younger with a smaller skill set. Hey, just saying. She was brought to take place. Look, you're not wrong. Look, I'm just saying. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying, from my perspective, if it was Keith, that's my first call. Like, you see what Grambling does. You see what he does over there. It's quality. You ask him, what does he have? What does he need? And you do your best to give it to him. Like, I'm not saying that he wants to stay in this field forever or stay in this area forever, but you kind of mention that and kind of continue that motion and continue those steps. Other thing, you lost a strength and conditioning coach. Like, that's another one because he's over your revenue sports. Like, he had other sports too, but football, basketball, same strength conditioning coach. And he's done a great job. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, that's another position where it's like, who do you get? Because you can't just get any old person. And again, that's why the episode's called Change the Foot, because we have all these changes. And yeah, he's left. Like, exactly, Kylan. He's been there for a minute. And he's a really cool dude. Like, on the field, I ain't gonna lie, when I first started doing this, he was one of the first dudes who was just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Da-da-da, loved his positive energy. And you're losing another person where the players were very excited. I don't know for sure. I heard one place, but I can't confirm it. So, yeah, I know. If I don't really know, I don't be saying, but I will say he is gone. And he posts on Instagram. But he's a really cool dude, man. So another like key position you're losing. And it's just one of those things where, honestly, similar to how with Colsey's staff, this is now his staff. Like, the burden of everything is on him now. You're now coming into that era with 80 Suggs, where it's like, all right, these are your people. Like, Josh was the guy that came in with Courtney. I believe Coach came in with, I want to say he came in with Courtney too. I could be wrong. So you kind of start looking, you're losing some people at some key positions. You see where Coach AC ends up at Alabama A&M. To me, that was a huge loss. Like, I understand why you may want to do some things your own way, but I thought Coach AC was huge. And you also saw he took a recruit with him. So, receiver from Lincoln, decommits from FAMU, commits to Alabama A&M, which, okay. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I wasn't crazy excited about that one. Like, I was like, yo, we're getting a receiver from Lincoln. All right. That's my fandom. Like, that's not just pure stats, this guy's got 15,000 yards, whatever. I'm a Lincoln graduate. So when I see a Trojan coming to FAMU, I love it, you know. And yeah, this women's basketball game, 16-2 in this quarter. It's not good. We are definitely getting that mollywhopping right now. We hung tight for a minute though, but you start to kind of see, if you're a fan, you feel like things might kind of be unraveling a little bit. Like, and look, appreciate Gerald. Mentioning the Gerald. Look, again, check out Gerald with St. Clair and myself tomorrow, Hallelujah 95. Also, check out Gerald's recruiting tracker. It's been a little cold out here in these streets on both sides. Like, it's been cold outside in Tallahassee. Also, we hadn't seen a lot of recruits getting offered lately. So, not only is a wide receiver coach, or some, if we go family, interesting. I know he had an interview on ONG. I don't know if he'd be interested, but okay. But it's just one of those things. Oh, I think the new receiver coach is a Rattler. Hey, you know what? You heard it first. Go check out the Tallahassee Democrats. Gerald Thomas III. Gerald will get you right. I'll tell y'all now. I'll tell y'all quick. I say it once. I say it loudly. If you want quality FAMU content, come to FAMU people. Not saying that other people don't know what they're talking about, but Gerald's up there in the snow, on the hill, all the time. So, just saying. That linebacker, what was the linebacker? Defensive end. He finally put that thing on Twitter. We did get that guy from Kennesaw State. None of us could find his stuff till like the other day. So I forgot to put it up there because it was so late. But yeah, I'm excited about that though. If it is Nunnally, and okay, we can bring back the Rack Boys. Just call them the Rack Boys though. I don't need them to be the Rack Boys 3.75. Just be the Rack Boys. Like, it's kind of like the black shirt defense. You should just have a black shirt defense. Like, just saying. Vince was a backup to Ryan Stanley. Hey. But again, we also lost my favorite. I ain't gonna lie. This is my favorite offensive lineman. And I dropped in the DMs on him. And y'all know he was my boy. TJ Demas, also going down to FIU to coach. TJ took over the offensive line pretty much near the end of the season. And they look pretty solid, considering this is a guy who was playing football last season and then comes in and coaches this year and then parlays that into a position as an analyst a year later. I love it. Again, it's FAMU again showing where not only is where dreams come true, but it's a launch pad. So it's a place I think I'm excited about. Like, it was like something off of that show All American, bro. But it was crazy. The equipment manager leaves. The assistant equipment manager leaves. Like, literally, you started looking, and this is a whole new FAMU program internally in a lot of areas. And you just, as a fan, you're just like, where's the stability? Like, where do we kind of get our normal stuff from? Like, so I'm excited to see where some of this is going to be, though. I'm excited to see some of the new opportunities. Like, and that's why I said, Kylan, like, that's kind of alarming when you're seeing all these people go. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, folks just straight up asked the question. They're like, folks getting fired? And I was like, not that I know of. From what I'm seeing, it's just they seeing opportunities. And as we know, when that door opens up, you just walk through it. And that's kind of what it feels like. Like, it sucks because it's FAMU. Like, and I'm with you, Hollow. I love the situations where these people are getting opportunities, but I don't like them all going and leaving FAMU. And that's what I say too. Like, if you see what these individuals do, these folks ain't everybody can't be getting fired. I'll say it like that. Some of these folks may just be like, oh, cool. But you start looking at their production, what they've done. I mean, heck, you can start with Josh and just look at the media program before he got there. It was solid. It wasn't what it is now. I'll say that. Like, I'm not considering like, oh, no, it wasn't. No. FAMU media was pretty good. Like, I don't know if y'all remember the Billy Joe show in its time. The Billy Joe show stood up against other shows. Like, they were producing good stuff. But you look at what FAMU produces now on social media, you got major universities that don't produce what FAMU produces. Like, and I'm not saying that being biased. I'm saying as a person who's like a fan of other schools, they don't produce what FAMU produce. So I think that's one of the things. The other thing is just, I'm like y'all with the schedule. I'm looking for the schedule. I know when the Florida State schedule is supposed to come out. Florida State schedule, and this is not me. I got this from the Nocast. So if you want to go, it's the last 10 minutes of the last episode of Nocast. Ingram and Bud Elliott. Shout out to them. Like, quietly, those are really solid dudes. Both. I've definitely crept in their DMs a couple times and asked questions. Jumped on their lives a few times, and nothing but love and support. So, but they announced that the FSU schedule comes out Monday. So we've already been told part of the holdup with the FAMU football schedule is they're trying not to have stuff overlap. I will say I would love, just for the SWAC and the ACC, and for them to do with the SEC too, especially for FAMU and Southern, to probably do like a 3-4 year out thing as best as possible, to try to avoid having some of those confluences. I get it, it's not perfect, but see what you could do. Josh said what was needed to take us to the next level. I also hope the next person in the seat is a victim of the same issues. So it's going to have to be raised, man. Will they announce the OBC next week? Maybe. I think from a business perspective. And remember, I said this, y'all. Like, that ain't even me trying to grandstand. We're trying to make a comeback. Fame's down 11, 53-42. That third quarter, 22-9 is not good. So looking at the Women's Basketball Live. But that's why I told y'all when AD Suggs went on ONG and was like, there's a fifth home game. That's why I said, y'all, we are going to the Orange Blossom Classic. That screamed to me that was the Orange Blossom Classic. And when I saw those attendance numbers, I think the OBC last year was like 13,000, something crazy like that. Y'all do realize, fam, you brought that by their darn selves. Like, the last OBC with Jackson State, I want to say the crowd was near like the 30s. About 25,000 of that was FAMU. If I got FAMU by myself, I'm doing better than this whole classic. Yeah, I need FAMU. Like, I'm just saying, the OBC without FAMU in this modern era ain't it. Because one, Miami's too far for a lot of people. Their alumni aren't coming, and they're not going to deal with the heat. Like, look, that's why I said I believe EA. You started the good trouble today. It ain't me. But I fully expect it. I think, was it North Carolina Central was announced for the game in Atlanta. So more than likely, look, y'all know I'm loyal to the streets. I'm hearing it's Howard. All right, look, let's just tell y'all what I heard. I can't confirm. It's streets. So that's what the streets say. If I'm wrong, don't blame me. Blame the street committee. So, but I'm loyal to the streets. So we're gonna see. But it's gonna be interesting just seeing all these new changes, these new faces, and some of that is going to let's play Cookman twice. Hey, why you playing? Might not be a bad idea. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing. Long as it ain't Jackson. Yeah, I think they're over that. Like that was a long ride. I think, let's be honest, the Jackson thing was really cool when Dion was there. Once Dion left and it was just TC, the it's not the Jackson fan base. The layperson wasn't attracted. I think what you had with Dion was that prime effect where it was just any Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street was going to kind of roll in because they wanted to see Dion and what he had done, and it was exciting. It's just TC, though, didn't land that well. Not in Miami. That's just me. And I did 3 OBCs. I did the one in the rain. I did the one where the band was passing out. And then I did the one where we finally beat them. And I will tell you that nothing compares OBC-wise to that first one. The first one was the best. It was, 7-6. We lost in the rain. My boy comes in and gave me a little bit of hope because I believe McKay just he couldn't get it going that day, which normally was kind of weird for him. Like, so Sunshine comes in, doesn't finish it, lose that game. That atmosphere was fire though. It was rained a little bit, so the temperature was just right. That was the best OBC I've been to. Again, I've only been to 3. I'm from Tallahassee, so I'll tell y'all now. A lot of Tallahassee people ain't driving all the way to Miami. That's 8 hours. Like, I already assume the deductive reasoning in the streets just confirmed it. Hey, man, look, don't confirm it. I was hearing NCCU too, EA, but that's a lot. So it's either NCCU or Howard at this point. Like, but I was hearing NCCU real heavy at first too, but we'll see. And it will be a non-conference opponent. That's a smart thing to do. Honestly, if you're Valley, I do that. I ain't gonna hold you. If I am a school like Valley or Pine Bluff, I call the SWAC and I call the OBC and I make that call tomorrow because it's a guaranteed check. For the OBC, you're going to get at least, you're going to beat that whatever number you put up last year at Alabama State and North Carolina Central. Off FAMU alone. Off FAMU's face, you're going to make that. And then for Valley, you're getting paid more money to travel to Florida than you make at home. And you might bring the band. I'm just saying. Like, at a certain point, this makes business sense. Like, you can play the home pride game all you want to, but we can talk numbers. Like, you gonna do this? Are you gonna make $100,000 playing a game in Itabena and the hundreds not coming? FAMU ain't bringing nothing but a football team. Who almost cussed. Huff. That's it. FAMU's bringing a football team and an attitude. Because we owe you a tail whooping. Like, I'm just saying. I understand the whole time slot for viewing is scheduled by ESPN, but hopefully they're able to negotiate a later time. That game needs to be at night. I've sat through that game 3 times. First time I sat in the box. The second game, I sat in the press box. And when I mean the box, I ain't talking about like the suites, da-da-da-da. Because if you remember, that first OBC, they messed up the boxes. Like, you couldn't sit in those sideline boxes that they had, and folks were looking like, why can't we sit there? Those seats look nice. Like, we would pay to sit there. Like, high key, I think in retrospect, they kind of looking like, man, these folks ain't got no money, ain't gonna pay. And then the folks showed up, and they were like, oh crap, these FAMU folks will pay. And then the next year they opened up those seats, but I sat in those end zone club seats. Oh, baby. That was nice. They had sofas and it was a nice vibe. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it was pretty nice. Every other year I was in the press box working the game. Like, look, somebody, Kylan, I thought it. I just didn't say it. I was like, that wouldn't be a bad game. Vic, Miami? Like, I'm gonna ask this for the people though. Can you do it? Ain't gotta be FAMU. Can Vic go back to Atlanta? I'm asking for a friend. Oh, FAMU's gotten within 7? Okay. No, that's not 7. My math is horrible. Is that 7? That is a 7. Yeah, we was getting our tails whipped. It is 55-48. Okay. That's a whole lot better than it was. We was getting mollywopped. Like, I'm just saying, if you're Norfolk State, I call somebody to run that back in Atlanta. I'm just saying, look, hello, I would have it up there too. I would have the Vic, I would have a Vic signed jersey giveaway. Giveaway of a Falcon 7 jersey. It ain't even got to be authentic. You just give away a Vic one from the Falcons, give away a Vic one from Norfolk. I'm just saying, you kind of gotta do this stuff. Like, hello, yeah. And they're missing Sydney, yeah. But they did mention they're talking about doing a Philly game between Delaware State and Norfolk, which that might actually be kind of fun. To me, that's a first year game. Like, when it comes to the celebrity coach hires, you got to take advantage of why they're there. They're there because either you're lazy and you can't raise the money, or you're trying to get a shot in the arm. You're only going to get that shot in the arm first season. Like, they've never coached before. I think you could put that game in Philadelphia. That'd be fun. That's just me and my 2 cents. I could be wrong. I think you do the same thing with Terrell Buckley and Colsey. I mean, it's not going to get any traction because it's Valley. But 2 guys who both played DB at Florida State, both played in the NFL, both have head coaching experience, meet head to head. Like, I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't think it doesn't resonate the same because, I mean, Terrell Buckley has a different career than Colsey. Colsey was professional, multi-sport stuff. But I'm just saying, look, you got to make that. Like, you got to strike the iron wires while it's hot. Like, you got to catch that stuff. We talk all the time. Bam, you missed a lick. Like, this is one of the few things that you can find that says that FAMU won a championship. The parade was trash. Like, Jackson did it right. Like, I think, though, with all this change and everything coming up, it's got to be something. Bruh, the car ride to Itabena sucks. And I'm not telling you what somebody told me. Score is 58-50 right now, if you're trying to keep up FAMU women's basketball. It is an 8-hour ride from Tallahassee. Easiest way is probably I-10 to the 49. Take I-10 west, get off into 49, and just take the 49 and go north. That's like an 8 to 10 hour ride. I've done it a couple times. Yeah. I ain't gonna say that. Okay, you're not wrong. It's like you put a college in Midway. No disrespect to anybody in Midway, but it's that kind of vibe. Like, there's nothing there. Honestly, I think there's more to do at Midway than Itabena. But you got like the little neighboring cities close to it. But I think, we as FAMU fans, we do have expectations. And as frustrating as some of this is, because you see good people leaving, you also see where things feel like they're coming a little slow. You got to do something. Ooh, they stay out of Memphis? I thought they used to stay in Jackson. I thought they stayed in Jackson when Willie was there and rode over for 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half from Jackson. Like, from Jackson, Itabena is not bad. Like, I'll tell y'all this. The first time I did it, we rode through the back roads of Alabama and we caught the outside of Jackson and then rode from there, which wasn't bad. The other way, taking the 49, bro, that's full. Like, you like pass kind of near Vicksburg, but not close enough to Vicksburg to make a difference. Like, the last bit of civilization is really like Hattiesburg. Like, where it sucks. Like, but that's why I say, if you're a FAMU and you're a Valley, that's a deal I work out. Just on dollars alone and travel. Like, the travel is gonna suck for Valley, but I mean, you consider how much you're getting paid, you're not gonna make that at home. I'm just saying. And you look at FAMU, either way, the travel's gonna suck, but at least you get to ride an airplane. And they might pay for your transportation, bruh. I'd make that call tomorrow. Like, that's just me. The suburbs of Memphis that has a casino is still in Mississippi. Woof. So I know Indianola's not too far from there. I believe they got a casino. It's either there or Greenwood, where they have one. It's like, it's not very far. Like, you go up there, as much as like folks bag on Itabena, it's because Itabena sucks. The other cities around it, there's a little civilization. Like, it's not just like there's just nothing, but it's like literally like Itabena's there, and the closest city is almost maybe like a Cairo, Madison, like, and those are kind of the big cities until you get to the bigger places. So, but yeah, Hollow, you're not wrong, and I love how you put this. Change's not always bad, but we'll see, because the standard is a standard. James Colsey, 101. The standard is the damn standard. And I think that's the exciting part about this with FAMU. Like, you have a standard. Football-wise, you have a standard. Some people had to move because the standard wasn't met. And you could see where Colsey was honest about that. Like, yeah, me and this guy, nah, not gonna work. May not be the person y'all wanted to get gotten rid of, but it didn't work. So he's bringing in some new people. Same thing, I think, with social media. That's why I said you already got your person that you want to call. It's just getting them to yes. Like, your call should be the curse. Like, now, if you'll say yes, I don't know. Everybody don't want to come home. Like, I'll be honest. I told my wife the other night, I said, look, I love you, but if mama called home and she was offering just a slight raise, I would go home. I love family like that. I wouldn't leave my wife, but FAMU gave me the right kind of raise, I'm gone. I love FAMU. What's tomorrow? Like, hey, man, look, FAMU offered me another 5. Bro, I can't stay. And for some of y'all like, ain't enough. Hey, for me, another 5 to go to FAM? Yeah, I do it. Especially before taxes. I mean, if that's after taxes. Like, did it? Oh, it's after taxes and 5? Again, my love for FAMU is irrational. Like, did we lose the equipment manager? Looks like it, bro. Look, I'm telling you. Like, it's a whole lot of folks from Tallahassee going down to Miami. Like, and you can't fault Willie. Like, one thing as we wrap up and y'all hopefully get ready for the Fang Exchange. Y'all know the Fang Exchange is doing their thing. So they're doing Thanksgiving. Look, I just renewed NAA. I just renewed the boosters. Y'all got to wait on Thanksgiving. I'm probably going to do the silver level, though. I probably wait to income taxes. I ain't going to hold you. But Thanksgiving is going on. Go check them out. But with all this change that's going on and all the people going to FIU, it's giving some kids opportunities. You've seen where Willie has offered some kids from Gaston County. You're hearing the questions being asked. Hey, why isn't FAMU offering some of these kids? I know I saw where you saw like Miami Northwestern put out there like, hey, well, FAMU's not offering our kids. It's not just you. Like I know a high school running back right now that qualifies from Edgewater. Buddy is solid, looking for a spot. And I ain't gonna hold you. I got to connect a Cookman. I was like, yo, you want him? And it's not even that I want the kid to go to school. I want him to play for FAM, but the kid, if he can get opportunity, go get opportunity. Like there's a certain part of this when you kind of work with kids, this matters, but they go first. And so with that, hey, if I put that kid on somewhere, he can get free education, he could ball, more power to him. Now I want him to ball for FAM. I definitely, I did put up the smoke signal up there. Hey, this kid kind of wants to go to FAM. Looks like he qualifies. Y'all might want to give him a look from a school who's got some kids who've made some plays. You remember when Miami lost that guy from Leary? He's from Edgewater, running backs in that same program. Like you got some kids from Orlando balling on that roster. Just saying. But you're seeing where new opportunities are coming in. Kids are starting to get shots. And as this kind of goes on, the thing we got to do is we got to keep building upon the standard. We got to raise the standard. And sometimes that may mean we need to inform people. Like make sure that don't just have your people that, quote unquote, your supporters, and I trying to find a nice way to say this. But the people that kind of cover your teams talking about it, kind of make it known so that the coaches know, hey, you got kids that want to come to FAMU, this is what they need to do. I'll tell y'all the secret. First, the kids got to apply. If you want a leg up and you're a recruit and you want to go to a college, don't wait for them to slide you an offer. Go ahead and have your application in there. So when you drop in that coach's DM, you can tell them, hey, I already applied. I got accepted. Oh, crap. All of a sudden, you have beaten so many things and check boxes that they're already like, oh, you've already been admitted? Oh, shoot, I don't have to do a special NCAA thing. So you're admitted. That means you got test scores, this. Shoot, I just need to get you on the athletic side. You're good. Like, but a lot of our kids don't know that. And some of that is where we got to do better. You got to get those people like me that know, hey, this is what the kids need. This is what they need to get in. Let's get these kids right. Like, make it easy for them to get in. And I'm not saying lower the requirements. I'm saying from the parent standard and the parent side, like keep these kids in because a lot of these kids can get in. And look, the grades is a problem for a lot of them. But again, athletes only need a 2.3 to get in. I know that's, FAMU don't do a lot of that because you got to make sure these kids last and they make it. But most of these kids, they can make it, So, but as we build back better, if you want to say it like that, make FAMU great again, whatever, we got to make sure that we're equipping everybody to be ready and to fill in those roles and to have qualified people. Like, I'll tell y'all quick, Keith ain't qualified to be your SID. Nah, man. It's going to be a step back. You throw me up there. I can't do what Josh do. It's just not. Now, NC eligibility, hey, I'm solid with that. And that which I don't know, I pick up quick. I've done it before. I hadn't done it at college level, but I know how to get kids eligible. and I got a wonderful backbone who knows the counseling side of it. So you put me and my little lady together, we're a mean little combination when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like we were rival schools too for a minute, like just competing. So, but everybody can't do everything just because they got this on their chest. Just because my stuff says FAMU don't mean I'm the best person for a job. It sucks to say that, but it's true. So, hey man, couple events though. Look, if you are in Orlando, Magic on the Yard. It's the official after party, February 21st. Look on Eventbrite. We're gonna get a QR code on here. But the Winter Park Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated is having a after party event right there at the Debonair Super Club. It's $10 early bird special. If you get your early bird tickets, it's like it's less than $15. So if you get the early bird ticket, I think I got mine this morning. It was like $13 and change. So if you're in the city, beautiful Orlando area, come check us out. Come do it. Come have some fun. We the noobs. We good dudes. And if you're not a noob, come through. If you got some lady friends, you and the girls want to come out, hang with some good faithful brothers, come on out. We'll be out there, and good brothers out there. Also, FAMU NAA has released their Better Together event, getting y'all ready for the National Alumni Association Convention in Frisco, Texas. Scan that QR code if you are interested in going, and you can get that. And EA says that can go both ways. As a recruit, you want to know that they really want you, and will put effort to get many kids like that have gotten walk-ons. Yep. You got to find the money. Like, just saying. And it says, if you run and read The Adventures of Frog and Toad, you can play at Florida State. Don't do that. Now, FAU, yes. Well, Florida State, FAMU is quietly like one of the hardest schools in the SUS to get into. I would say FAMU and UF. Also, if you are inclined, National Alumni Association, if you plan on voting, get financial by the end of this month. This is one of the candidates. We actually had him on the show. He's running against current president Curtis Johnson. So this is William Human. He's been on the show, friend of the show. He's in Tallahassee more than me. So very boots on the ground. Good dude. You can hear people like Mike Road Dog sing his praises as well. But good dude. He's going to be up there. One of the people running for president. I got to reach out to him and Curtis Johnson. Let them both come on, maybe separately. Get some of these NAA folks that are running for some of these positions on here to talk. But want to kind of put this up here. You've seen Mr. Human up here. Talk good things about FAMU. Definitely doing some things here. So, and look, I should go and get to hear from the president. I'm just saying, man. Look, I'm gonna see if I think Brian might have his contact. If not, I have my ways. I'll find them. So I want to give, if we're gonna present candidates, want to give y'all a few chances to hear from some of them. Let them talk about themselves. So not be so biased. But really tough president. But he's very active and personable. Very boots on the ground. Yeah, yes. When I tell you, very much, there's two people that are responsible for me maintaining my financial status with the National Alumni Association. Really three. Number one is my mother. And my mom's not really on me that much, but my mom is one of those who will gift me NAA status. And then number two is Mr. Chuck Lewis. Chuck makes sure I never forget. If it wasn't for FAMU, I wouldn't be able to have those other three letters. So without them four letters, I don't get my three letters. So, and then obviously, Mr. Human keeps me active with both the NAA and the boosters. So he sits with both groups. So great folks. EAs. Hey, I see you, man. So that's why I say I want to let them both come over here and talk. I don't know if I want to talk at the same time though. I don't need no debates. But let him come up here and talk. Because I will say Curtis is personable when I've met him in person. But yeah, Williams, that dude's on that campus a lot. I'll say that. So, but y'all get ready. Fang Exchange is about to jump on, do their thing, man. So, for HBCU Digital and everybody here, man, we're gonna see y'all Sunday. Hopefully, talk about a FAMU victory and maybe some real recruits. I told you I was gonna get a little cold out here, a little slow. So we're gonna see what's going on. Because y'all know what's up. And unfortunately, the ladies did lose 73-62. That's a good game, though. Considering the growth, I ain't going to say I'm happy about a loss, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. All right, y'all. Y'all already know what's up and what it's always going to be. Thanks up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Dorsey, have it.